Imagine the deafening roar of Formula One engines silenced by the click of a keyboard. Picture the chaos as teams scramble to defend against invisible adversaries, their every move scrutinized by unseen hackers. This isn't a scene from a sci-fi thriller. It's the chilling reality of the top 10 cyber attacks that shook Formula One to its core. Let's get started. After dropping Kaspersky as a cybersecurity partner and longtime sponsor, the Italian team suffered a cyber attack. According to reports, internal documents were stolen by a ransomware group called RansomXX, which claimed that it also took data sheets, manuals, and 7 gigabytes worth of other information. The attack followed an earlier threat on Ferrari, when the car manufacturer announced its plans to craft NFTs. A subdomain of the famous brand was compromised and used to host an NFT scam several months after the official announcement was first made before it was identified and taken down. Racing fans around the globe were sent a range of bizarre push notifications after the official F1 mobile app was hacked. The notifications contained a mix of letters, numbers, and symbols, which appeared to be random. The first read, "Foo," which is a placeholder name from program elements often used by programmers when sharing sample code with others. Another more cryptic message read, I should check my security." The incident was quickly rectified, and F1 issued an apology to assure users that the targeted attack was limited to the push notification service and that it had no reason to believe that any customer data had been accessed. Williams Racing suffered a major cyber attack that caused disruptions to the unveiling of the F1 team's new livery for its FW43B car, which was planned to be presented to fans through an augmented reality app. As a result of the breach, Williams was forced to take down its app and cancel the launch, presenting the new car via a series of images instead. The team also released a statement acknowledging the breach, reassuring fans that the team was working to improve its cybersecurity measures. In 2020, Racing Point was accused of illegally copying the brake ducts of Mercedes' championship-winning car from the previous year. The FIA launched an investigation after rival teams made complaints. Racing Point was found guilty of breaching regulations relating to the use of listed parts, and the team was fined $427,000 USD and docked 15 championship points. The incident raised questions about whether Racing Point gained unauthorized access to Mercedes' digital designs, with some critics suggesting it was a form of cyber espionage. Another notable example of a cyber attack in F1 occurred when the Renault Sport F1 team was targeted by hackers who managed to gain access to their confidential technical and strategic data, which was instrumental in developing their tactics and game plan. Upon investigation, the attack was traced back to a group of hackers located in Eastern Europe who wanted to sell the stolen data to rival Formula One teams, which could have been a potentially devastating blow to Renault. While no data was said to have been leaked in response to the attack, the FIA urged teams to step up efforts to boost their cybersecurity. The Japanese car manufacturer was hit by the widespread WannaCry ransomware attack, which affected its computer systems in Europe, North America, and Japan. The ransomware crypto worm, allegedly created by Lazarus Group, encrypted the files on all of Honda's older production line computers, making user access impossible. The hacking group demanded Bitcoin in exchange for decryption. At the time, the attack impacted a number of Honda's operations, forcing the company to temporarily shut down production at several facilities, including its Sayama plant, which is responsible for the F1 engines it supplied to Red Bull-owned teams. Fortunately, none of the races were affected as a result of the attack. Mercedes sued one of its former engineers, Benjamin Hoyle, after he allegedly stole trade secrets and technical information from the Mercedes F1 team before his planned move to Ferrari the following year, intending to give the Italian team a competitive advantage. At the time, Mercedes was on track to win the Constructors' Championship title for the second time in a row, making Hoyle's alleged betrayal even more damning. Hoyle apparently accessed and recorded engine mileage, damage, and raw data from the 2015 Hungary Grand Prix. He was caught after Mercedes learned that he saved the data on his personal computer, with Hoyle reportedly attempting to delete it to cover his tracks. He was subsequently dropped by Ferrari and barred from working in F1 by the FIA. After a Marussia engineer accidentally downloaded a Trojan-type virus onto the F1 team's computer system, they lost an entire day of testing data during the winter testing session in Bahrain in 2014. This resulted in Marussia starting the season on the back foot, likely contributing to their poor performance. Also, while the virus only affected the team's servers and not the car itself, it did raise questions about the possibility of an F1 car being hacked while on the track. Lewis Hamilton caused a stir on social media when he posted confidential pictures of his and race winner Jenson Button's qualifying telemetry for the Belgium Grand Prix on Twitter. At the time, the 7-time world champion was complaining about what he saw as unfair treatment by his team, McLaren, compared with that towards his teammate. He believed that Button was receiving preferential treatment in terms of car setup, and that this was putting him at a disadvantage. The telemetry data that Hamilton posted on Twitter showed the differences in the setup of his and Button's cars, and he used it to illustrate his point. However, the move was highly controversial, with many criticizing Hamilton for breaching the trust between driver and team by leaking the data. Of the incident, Button said, "We worked so hard to improve the car and to keep things like that private. I didn't want to see it on Twitter." In 2007, McLaren was caught up in a major espionage scandal. A Ferrari engineer named Nigel Stepney, who was once part of Michael Schumacher's dream team. He was found to have leaked technical information to McLaren's chief designer, Mike Coughlin. The information included design drawings, testing data, and even the team's radio codes, and was allegedly used to improve the performance of McLaren's cars. Stepney apparently hacked into Ferrari's computer systems and stole 800 pages worth of technical data, which was then passed on to Coughlin. As a result, McLaren was fined $100 million USD, the largest fine in sporting history, and excluded from the 2007 Constructors' Championship. Both Coughlin and team principal Ron Dennis were forced to resign. Stepney was handed a suspended prison sentence and a $640 fine for his role in the scandal. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content. Drop a comment below with your thoughts or what I should cover next. Peace out and stay awesome.